Literally anything that we want to cultivate or we want to create, we have within us. What can you improve about your program? You have bigger fish to fry. Me too. Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Long time no see from me. I know, I'm sorry. Please don't beat me up in the comments. But as y'all can see by the title, today we're going to be talking about some signs that you're actually not detached. And the reason I wanted to talk about this is because I want to start talking about how I kind of master detachment. But in order to master detachment, you have to know what detachment isn't. And the only reason I say I feel like I mastered it is because I really just don't care about a lot of things, and I really only just care about what is best for me and what I'm trying to do in my life. So anything really outside of that that's not beneficial to what I'm trying to do right now, I don't really care about that. And I'm so detached to the point where I'm actually kind of scared of myself, because you get to a point in your journey where you've grown so much where you start to not recognize yourself, because you don't know another version of yourself that doesn't care about anything or care what people think or anything like that. So that's just the whole thing in itself. But before I go on to a long tangent, we're going to be talking about some signs that you are not actually detached. If you find value from this video, please leave a like or a comment down below. It really helps my channel out, and it helps me to know that you like videos like these. Go ahead and follow me on my new Instagram down below on the screen, and we're going to get right into it. One way that you're not actually detached is that you still care too much, and that makes you act and think emotionally and irrationally. And when you care too much, that's how you get into people pleasing. That's how you never get to build your own sense of identity. You never get to cultivate the life that you actually want. You find your worth in what you can do for other people or how other people feel about you, and that's what we don't want. And even when you try to say, oh, I'm just gonna fake it till I make it, and while that does work if you're doing it the right way, if you're not doing it the right way and you're just trying to spite people, or you're just trying to seem like you don't care and you don't actually want to do the work, you're always going to care. And even when you try to act like you don't care, you can always tell that you do, because it shows up in your actions. So in order to actually start practicing detachment, you have to learn how to start protecting your focus. We should protect our hearts, we should protect our minds, our spirits, our energy, literally our whole entire being, because literally anything that we want to cultivate or we want to create, we have within us. So we have to protect ourselves in all aspects from people who want to use us and from people who want to drain us of our very essence. And that's a real thing. People will literally drain you until you are nothing. Sometimes they won't stop until you're gone. So you really have to protect your energy. You really have to protect your focus. You really have to focus on yourself. More on that in a different video. Another thing of detachment is just letting things be what they are, because if you care too much and you have too much in it emotionally, financially, whatever the case may be, it's going to still affect you. But when you understand detachment, you understand, okay, well, things are going to be what things are going to be. It is what it is. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. And you stop stressing about every little outcome, because the thing is, you can't control anything outside of your control. Like what people think, or what job is going to keep you, or how other people live their lives, and the government and social media, whatever the case may be, all of that stuff is outside of your control. So whatever happens in your specific situation is going to happen. So don't stress yourself out all the way up to it. You're putting yourself through stress for no reason. And the thing is, what if the worst case scenario doesn't happen? Now you're stressing yourself out twice. And even if it did happen, you're stressing yourself out twice. And I don't want you to be stressing like that, because stress will kill you. Stress does not make you cute. Stress makes you sick. Stress doesn't help you get to where you want to be. So please, y'all, protect your focus and protect your mind, because sometimes our thoughts, our negative thoughts, can be a problem just as well as other people. Sometimes you have to stop listening to your inner voice, because it's not even your inner voice. Sometimes it's somebody else's inner voice, and it might be critical. So sometimes you have to be like, no, I don't believe that, or no, I think that, or just reverse it. Reverse anything with a positive thought, and that'll really help change your mindset around a lot of things. But I always like to say, prepare for the worst but expect the best. So yes, you might think the worst case scenario could happen, but at the same time, what if things go right? At the same time, what if you find that you like it? Or what if you find you discover something new? I don't know what the case may be, but letting things be and choosing what you subscribe to and what you don't really helps in aiding you in your detachment. entertainment. And when you care too much about other things outside of what you're cultivating and who you are and who you want to be, how can you give yourself love? How can you pour into yourself? How can you keep all of your energy to do the things and to live the life that you want to live if you're worried about what these people on Instagram think or what the people across town think? Whatever the case may be, I don't know. But how can you say that you're actually living the life, cultivating the life, being the person you want to be if you're too busy worried about other people? One thing that I love to live by is that hating on me is not going to get you anywhere. And you have to adopt the same mindset for other people. Worrying about other people is not going to benefit me in any way. The people that you're hating on, they probably already rich. The people that you're hating on probably already reached their goals. The people that you're hating on are doing the things that they want to do, but what are you doing? Another sign that you might not be detached is that you have too much free time. And this is not if like you're an influencer or something, like whatever you do allows you to have free time. This is not what I'm talking about. What I'm specifically talking about is those people, you know, who constantly complain about the problems that they have, and they have plenty of solutions, but they never want to take the time to actually do the things that they need to do for them. So instead of doing the things that they need to do, they want to take that precious time and worry about people on social media, worrying about what people are doing in their lives. What is worrying about somebody else going to do for your life? How is that improving you as a person? When you start to really take your life serious and elevate, you have to understand that a lot of people aren't going to be able to go with you. I mean, we know that already. You kind of have to adopt a strict mindset of, if it's not about my growth, if it's not about me healing, if it's not about becoming the best version of myself, what are we doing? We have nothing. You have to run a strict program. You have to remind yourself and other people that nobody is bigger than the program, okay? And the program is you. Let's start there, okay? If I'm the program and I'm the only one that lives and runs the program, why would anybody else be over my program? A lot of people think that they run your program because of their position or their title in your life, and they like to tell you what you should be doing or what they do or don't like about you. But the thing is, who cares what you do or don't like? I'm the program, and all that matters is that I like what's going on in my program. Like, I hear it all the time. People tell me like, oh, I don't like your blush. And the thing is, I don't care that you don't like my blush because I don't believe in blush blindness. Some people do, but I don't, and I personally love it. It makes me look like a little, I don't know. But people can come up to me today and be like, oh, I don't like your blush, because I hear that a lot. Like, oh, your makeup looks so much prettier when you don't have all of that stuff on your face. But it's like, who cares what you do or don't like about my makeup, because I like my makeup. Or, oh, I don't like your YouTube videos. I don't like what you're doing. I don't like that you feel like this about yourself. Or I don't like how you move. And I don't care what you think. I'm the program. I run me. Nobody else has to live my life but me. So yes, I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm gonna say what I want to say. I'm gonna live the life that I want to live. Because the thing is, you really have to remind yourself who you are and really pop your itch a little bit. And it's like, you can really do it to them, but you really don't want to do it to them, because you really don't have to do much when you do it to them. The people that get it. You know what I mean? But you kind of have to remind yourself that being humble is a scam. It's like, okay, who cares what you think about me? Get in line. You're not the only person in life that doesn't like me, like the way I look, like the way I talk, like what I do, like the music I listen to, likes the food that I like. I don't know. You're not the only person that doesn't like it, so get in line. Who cares if you don't like my videos? I'm the program. I like my videos, so I'm going to keep doing it. These videos are going to get me paid. What are you doing in your program? What can you improve about your program? You have bigger fish to fry. Me too. Which is why I'm not worried about you. I went off on a tangent, but the thing is, what are you doing with your free time? If you have too much free time and you're spending it negatively, scrolling, comparing, being jealous, being a hater, you're not going to get anywhere. You'll never be detached because you're still caught up in what everybody else is doing. 3, I want to say is that you're not praying your essential prayers. And you know which prayers I'm talking about. I'm talking about the prayer that God answers super quick. If he isn't going to answer any other prayer, he's going to answer that one as soon as you pray it. And that's, God, please remove anything and anyone around me that is not beneficial to your will for my life. That's all that you have to ask. And you'll see how fast literally anybody goes. And you can even specifically pray about one specific person. You could be like, okay, God, I met this guy and he's XYZ. I like him, da da da. What do you think? If he's not for me, remove him from my life. I've done that so many times. I'm telling you, gone. Even though I already knew I wasn't gonna take him serious, but it's just like when you pray that prayer, you will see those people be gone quick. And even past that point, sometimes, like if you're going through a hard family situation or if you're going through a hard breakup, sometimes you really have to ask God to literally detach you from these people, because not only are you in it spiritually and you have a lot of things generationally going on or whatever the case may be, if you're in a relationship, not only are you entangled with that person, y'all are spiritually tied together. So sometimes, in order to break these things off of you and off of your life, you literally have to ask God to remove you, to restore your mind and to restore your heart, because you know that you can't do it off of your own strength alone. That's the thing too about God, is that we have to start telling him everything. Like literally go to him about literally anything. I be telling God everything, okay? I've had my ups and downs. I've had my times where I was upset, angry, sad, happy, thankful, more thankful than anything, especially now. I see differences in my life when I pray to God, when I ask him questions, when I ask him about people, when I ask him how I should handle situations. I see the benefit in my life when I do that, because again, sometimes on our own strength, we're not going to be able to do things. If you're trying to navigate something negative, if you're trying to break up with somebody and get rid of a soul tie, you cannot do that alone, because it's not only physical, but it's spiritual. And the only person that can really heal you and save you spiritually is God. God doesn't always have to be something like, oh, I'm overly religious and I go to church 7 times a week. This is no diss to anybody that does, or any Christians or anything like that. This is not a diss. I'm just saying, you don't have to be overly religious in order for you to serve God. Now, I feel like you definitely do have to live by what he says and do what he says to do, but you don't have to perform. And speaking of performing, I just want to add to, my mind is all over the place, but I just want to add that people are not going to like you when you stop performing. A lot of people don't like you for the simple fact that you don't perform, because they seek validation so heavily. They feel like you're the same way. So when you don't seek their validation, their ego gets hurt, and then that's when they start to hate you or become in competition with you or try to be jealous of you, whatever the case may be. This is when all of these problems start, all because of validation. Whole time you don't even care about stuff like that. I know a lot of people in silent competitions and battles that will never say it, and at the end of the day, I don't care, because I don't care about what it is that you care about. Yeah, you might care about XYZ, but just because you care about XYZ doesn't mean that I do. Which brings me back to these people not being bigger than the program. And number 4 is that your identity is attached to outcome. I'm gonna make a whole different video about this, but when your identity is attached to an outcome, you will never be detached, because you are the type of person that'll be like, oh, well, I can never say that I'm pretty just because right now I'm not pretty, or I'm not the best version of pretty that I want to be, or I'm not pretty like this person on Instagram, or I'm not pretty like these people. When you already have that defeated mindset, well, since I'm not already the best, and not because the best is what I deem the best in my eyes and in my world, but what society deems as the best, you will never be detached, because you always attach your outcome to what other people like. And because you want to be what other people like, you will never cultivate your own personal identity. You can't ever be who you truly are if you're always trying to be a perfect image of somebody else. You have to be the best version of you. You can't be me, you can't be the next girl, but you could take bits and pieces and cultivate that into your own life and into your own health, your own personal style, your own interests, whatever that may be. But you can't attach your identity to an outcome. It's also the same thing. I know y'all see like a lot of those girls who, you know, want the rich guy online, and they'll do X, Y, and Z to get that. But it's like, just because you do a certain thing because you want a certain outcome doesn't guarantee that you're going to get that outcome. And what happens when you don't get the outcome that you want? Now you feel like you're worthless and like you're scum of the earth because you didn't get what another girl got. The thing is, nobody is guaranteed anything. The only thing you could do is up your chances by doing what's best for your life. Don't attach your identity to an outcome, because you will never be a fulfilled, successful, and whole version of yourself, or have a whole identity. But I'm not gonna get too much into that. That'll be a topic for another video. Thank y'all so much for watching this video, if you made it this far. And if you liked the video or found any value from it, please leave a like or a comment down below. It really helps my channel out a lot. I love each and every one of y'all so much. Thank y'all for being here. I am going to try my best to do better. Hold me accountable. That's my first time saying that. Hold me accountable this time. But I love each and every one of y'all, and I really do appreciate y'all's support so very much. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram right down here below on the screen. Y'all, isn't my Instagram name so cute? I really do feel like that fits me a lot, but that's just me though. That's just me though. But that is it for today's video. I love each and every one of y'all so very much, and I will see y'all in my next video.